What is up, everybody? We are here with conversations on Black Hollywood Live. Tonight's guest is the one and only Shay Johnson. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're tuned into Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Tune in right now.
What's up, everybody? I am Lem Gonsalves and super excited to be here for Black Hollywood Live Conversations. My special guest today is the one and only Shay Johnson. What's up, Shay? How you doing?
I like your introduction.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. I feel like a star.
How
you doing?
I'm good. I pride myself in my intros.
Yeah.
You know, I do. I work hard.
It was pretty dope. I give you that.
Yeah, thank you. So very glad that you're here. Obviously, got to do a little bit of an interview for Love and Hip Hop last night for AfterBuzz TV. Now we're here talking one-on-one for Black Hollywood Live. So I want to get right into the interview because you got a lot of things going on. So we're going to talk about everything that you got going on, and then kind of delve a little bit into kind of the heart of what's going on with you being on reality TV and everything going on with that.
Absolutely.
I wanted to start first question because people may not know that are new to Love and Hip Hop that you've been on reality TV for quite a while.
Yeah.
And even when it wasn't as popular as it is now, what prompted you to decide you wanted to be on reality TV?
When I moved to Atlanta, I knew I wanted to be in entertainment. I didn't know if I wanted to sing, rap, dance. I didn't know, but when I first went there, I had started off as a flyer girl, like passing out flyers.
Oh, really?
Then I upgraded to a hypnotic girl. You remember the hypnotic
yes,
drinks?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
So I was a hypnotic girl passing out the blue drinks. Then I upgraded to music videos.
Okay.
And I didn't like that.
Okay.
So at one point, I was just looking for an apartment on Craigslist, and I seen Flavor of Love, tried out, and got on, literally through Craigslist.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's how they did back in the day?
That's where they posted it. They got crazy people on Craigslist.
Exactly.
Craigslist killers and all that. But just in case it was real, I went ahead and filled out the form.
Checked it out.
And it said send five sentences of yourself. So I sent 5 sentences, and it just so happened I was mad at the time because I was working for the Department of Labor in Atlanta, Georgia. So what I wrote was, I'm a no-nonsense chick. I do what I want to do when I want to do it. So what I said clearly kind of sparked their interest. They called me within an hour of sending that email.
An hour?
Yeah. Wow. We're coming to meet with you next week.
No way.
They came to meet with me and gave me my contract right after the meeting.
Shut up.
I was the only one got my contract right.
Oh, so they didn't do it with everybody. That was just
No,
you.
it's just certain personalities they kind of pick up on and they like more. So I'm assuming I was one of those. I got my contract signed and I was on reality TV as reality personality.
Wow, that's crazy.
So it was Flavor of Love to Charm School, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and now Love and Hip Hop Miami.
Yeah. So speaking of Love and Hip Hop Miami, that's what you're on now.
Yes.
Just finished the second season. And with Love and Hip Hop Miami, you got a lot of stuff that goes on with you in relationships. When you're currently on, was the experience like being on Love and Hip Hop, the franchise?
It was very different from like Flavor of Love and Charm School because I knocked those out in about a month. We were done
as
filming
far as
that.
taping.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when it came to Love and Hip Hop, we filmed 6-7 months, and it's just a longer extended amount of time because Flavor of Love, Charm School, we're in one house, constantly filming 24 hours a day. You have no TV, no cell phone, no nothing, radio, nothing.
At all.
So you have no other choice but to communicate with each other, interact with each other. This is a situation where you can go film, go home, then they might not film you the rest of the week. So they have to get several cast members in their life that's going on. So it takes a longer period of time, but I understand. It was pretty cool. I like it. I like what I do. I get paid to be me. Wouldn't you like it?
I would love it.
Ain't that what you do? You paid to
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. You paid to be you.
I love what I do, and I can see how, of course, and definitely, I've heard from other Love and Hip Hop cast members the checks are kind of nice.
They're cute.
So I know you're not mad, and like you said, to be yourself, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, it's not the best situation.
Sure.
I've had my ups and downs, my embarrassing moments, which are very relatable to a lot of women. You've been played, okay? You had baby mama issues, baby daddy issues, relationship issues. I'm not going through anything anybody else go through on a daily basis. So it's relatable to somebody.
Of course. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you got on the Love and Hip Hop Miami specific show, do you have an ace on the show, like a bestie that's like your go-to?
I mean, different franchise. I was in Atlanta, and
Right.
so you just talking about.
I'm talking about Miami. Currently.
Right now, the closest person on the show is Amada.
Okay, Amada Negra. Shout out.
Yeah, because she's dating. We talked about it yesterday,
Yeah.
but she's dating my brother MJ. So
right.
It's kind of like we're like a family now. We have our issues, and our moments. But when it comes to family, you deal with it and you keep it moving. You still love each other. So it is what it is. But she's definitely the closest one, and then I'm pretty close to Pooch on the show too.
Okay.
But it's also other people I'm associated with, like Bobby. He's a good friend. He's cool. I mean, I like several people on the show, but the closest is Amada.
Word. I like Amada. She's one of my favorites on the show.
Super talented.
Yes.
Super beautiful.
Absolutely. And she's getting definitely on the come up.
She's working.
Music wise, she's really killing it. And I love to see her grow. And, her platform, and especially, I feel like when she came on in season 1, she definitely had what she was about. Like there was no flip flop. She was secure in who she was. This is what it's about my music.
That was a controversy because it was a big thing on a racial. It was a racial issue because of her skin complexion.
Absolutely.
Because when I seen her, I thought she was African American, which she still is black, but I had no idea she was Spanish. But that's pretty popular, in Miami to see people of her skin color and to be Spanish. And it's like, all the Uber drivers is even Spanish. I don't know what the hell. We don't even communicate. So it's good to learn Spanish when you're living in Miami. You know what I mean? And she represents her culture very well.
Absolutely.
I believe so.
It was something, Afro-Latina is what, call it. And I remember being on, which you were on as well, the top 40 moments. And that scene came up with her and Young Hollywood. And I commented on that. And it was something that, we see and you can relate to as being a black woman, a woman of color.
Absolutely.
That something you deal with in society.
You do. I mean, racism to me still exists. It just exists in a different form, a different way. Life is different, but you still deal with it every day. But it's how you deal with it and move forward. The way that she reacts and handles the situation is very on a respectful level. She accepts your opinion, but she doesn't have to live by your opinion.
Sure.
She is who she is, and she loves who she is. So I think that's dope.
Absolutely. On this last season, there was you got really personal in regards to your health situation, and I wanted to find out because when I watched it, it's definitely something that a lot of women deal with, and to kind of be public about it and have it filmed, you going through, finding the information out and dealing with it.
The fibroids. Yeah.
Exactly. What prompted you to allow that to be visible to the world?
I did not want to do it at first. I didn't want to expose my health scare to the public because I didn't know really what I was dealing with. I didn't understand what it was. I never heard of fibroids before. So those of you that don't know about fibroids are benign tumors that grows on your uterus, and it causes a lot of symptoms from pelvic pain, anemia, back pain, extended periods. My menstrual was from normal 6 days to 14 days. Wow. It was very, very heavy. I had many accidents, and the tumors in my stomach grew so large it would press against my bladder to where I was constantly using the restroom. So I went and got three doctors came to me and told me, yes, you have fibroids, and they gave me my option of a myomectomy or hysterectomy. The myomectomy is when they remove the fibroid, but you still have your uterus, so you can have a child. A hysterectomy, they take your entire uterus out, and you can no longer have children. So of course I wasn't going to have that option, and they give you that option because a lot of times the fibroids come back after your surgery if you have a myomectomy. So I said, look, I'll take my options with the myomectomy because I still want a child.
Right.
But before I did that, I kind of gave up and I changed my mind because I made the appointment to have my surgery. I changed my mind. I went to see holistic doctors, 3. They all told me the same thing. Take these herbs to help relieve your symptoms. I took the herbs and it was working.
Oh, really?
Literally. It went from 14 days back down to 9 days. My back pain went away. My anemia was kind of leveling out, but the symptoms were relieving, but I could not stop going to the damn bathroom, yo. Like I just couldn't stop. So I was like, look, I got to get these things out of me. So I had the surgery, terrified. I had my mother there, my brother, Dr. Joe Johnson. My brother's a doctor. Amada's boyfriend, my other brother, MJ. He was there. Amada, she supported me. Gio supported me, a friend of mine. Diane. I had a good amount of support that I needed, but it was just scary to go through it. And the healing process took forever. For me, it was forever because I had to lay in bed and not really be able to move. But what I want to ask you is, it's interesting to know how you would deal with a situation as a man if your girl was dealing with that. The reason a lot of women don't talk about it is because they're embarrassed. And I feel like if I educate people on the situation, more women will speak out. Because if you allow your symptoms to get to a certain point, you can sometimes die from the symptoms.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I'm just here to be a voice. But how would you handle a situation like that if your girl had fibroids? Menstrual over half a month,
it's a really good question. First of all, I would definitely have to support my woman. Absolutely. Because in dealing with something like that, and I know very little, but I know that it's definitely painful, just what you've heard you talk about it on separate occasions, saw what you've gone through on the show. So I know that it's very painful. I know that it's very uncomfortable, and still also the psychological aspect of dealing with, having a condition like that. Yeah. So I would be 100% supportive of my woman. I don't think that anyone, especially if you have a significant other, I don't think you should be embarrassed to talk about your health. I think that you're there to support one another. Why else be in a relationship? You know what I'm saying? So, and me being a single person, it's like, yo, I want that. I want the support of a significant other, which is why I would want to be with someone. I wouldn't want to be with anyone that would not support me, because then what's the point?
With some people that don't understand fibroids, and when you're in a new relationship or you're looking for love, it's harder to explain that to somebody that don't already care about you, that you haven't already built a rapport with. And that was my situation. I wasn't in a relationship, and I didn't want to bring anybody into that. And when I was just dating, I decided to just let it go and focus on me and my body, because we weren't strong enough to where I felt like, let me come to you and tell you I'm bleeding a lot and I'm having all these issues. I don't believe I would have had the support.
I see.
So I was celibate for over a year. You know what I mean? And I became depressed. I stopped working out. So I'm like, before you get to that point, ladies, I just want to speak to you, speak out and speak up to let you know I'm here for you. I know exactly what you're going through, and there are other options.
Absolutely.
The other options, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
The other options I was speaking on was the fibroid relief pills and tea, which is available at shopthehealthyhand.com. That's what I use to relieve my symptoms. And I'm trying to send that message out to everybody. Even if you don't use the herbs I use, there are other options, other herbs that you can use. But I know these help me. This website and this company, they only sell herbs for fibroids specifically. That's it. Just tea and pills. That's it. And they worked for me. I'm a living witness. So I'm promoting, and they sold out 3 times already.
Really?
Just from my story on Love and Hip Hop.
Really?
From promoting on social media, because social media is amazing. The reach that it gives you. So I was able to reach a lot of women, and they're steady buying. You know what I mean? And it's about I think it's like $60 or something. And one girl tripped me out on social media. She said, $60? That's too high. But you will pay more than that for tennis shoes or a bag or materialistic things that you can't take with you when you die.
And have nothing to do with the betterment of your body.
Exactly. You should focus on your health and wellness before you focus on any materialistic items.
Sure.
I don't give a damn if it was $500. I would have paid for it. I wanted any option for me. You know what I mean? And I was just blessed to find holistic doctors that told me what route to go in. So it was dope.
That's dope. That's
so again,
really dope.
shopthehealthyhand.com. Go to shopthehealthyhand.com. They have the pills and tea that you need. And I used both.
Word. That's dope. And we'll get that at the end of the show too.
Yeah.
Would you, being that you've now done, 2 seasons of Love and Hip Miami, been on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta as well, would you do another season of Love and Hip Hop Miami?
Yeah, I would. Why not? You know what I mean? That's just like asking housewives that's been doing 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seasons. Would you still do it? Yeah, I'm going to do 13, 14, 15, and 16.
As many as
Why not?
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't break nothing that doesn't... If it's working, don't break it. It doesn't need to be fixed. So I'm in a situation where people like my personality. They like basically watching my life and what I go through because, like I said, it's relatable. So I understand that. So, no, I would definitely go on Love and Hip Hop. I'm not against it at all.
Okay. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
If we could have the timer up, please, Steven. So I have this little situation. It's called rapid fire questions. And see, there's So I'm gonna have my engineer. He's gonna put up a 60-second timer. So we're trying to get to the questions within 60 seconds. So once you hear the question, you just first thing that comes to mind. That's how this is gonna go. So I'm gonna ask you the question. It's probably a little less than 20 questions, just so you can get a feel of the questions. I'm not good at this, by the way. I think I have faith in you, Lord Shay Jesus. Johnson. I have faith in you that you are going to do this. Steven, are we ready? Okay, he's getting there. While he's preparing that, going forward, I want to touch really quickly on, you talked about, the health and wellness and the website, and you kind of started where you've been very involved in fitness. And you said when you were kind of going through the health situation, you kind of put a hold on it. But you've been able to turn it into a business. Can we talk about that and what that means to you?
You're referring to Shay J Fit.
Yes.
That is my fitness brand that I started. Basically, it was about 4 years ago. I had a time in my life where my finances weren't right, my career wasn't right, my relationship wasn't right, and it seemed like I was just hit from every angle with nothing but negativity. So I just became depressed, and I was an emotional eater. So I would cook and drink wine to try to suppress my anger and my emotions, which didn't do anything but cause me to gain weight. So I knew I wasn't able to fit a lot of my clothes, and I noticed I was gaining weight, but I kind of tried to look for excuses like, oh, it's okay, it ain't that bad. I went out one day, and someone took a picture of me on this red carpet, and it went viral that I was pregnant. I wasn't pregnant.
And you weren't pregnant.
I was eating fried chicken every day and jalapenos and everything you could think of, French fries,
right.
and it was just I wasn't educated on how important it is to understand what you put into your system can determine how you would live the rest of your life. Because to me, food will heal your body.
Absolutely.
And it can also destroy your body. You know what I mean? In the United States, the food is processed a different way. They shoot the animals up with hormone pills and things and shots so they can produce faster, and it is a business, and I understand. But because I became knowledgeable on that, that's why I don't eat chicken anymore, no pork, no beef, none of that. And I see the change in my body. But Derek Taylor, who was my trainer, I met him after the viral picture went crazy and they said I was pregnant. Went to him crying, and they're like, and he was like, look, everything you told me that you're depressed about, you can change. It's up to you to change your situation. He was a life coach, and I didn't know that. So I'm like, you know what? You're right. I started working out every day. I changed my eating habits. I lost about 50 pounds, and I was so proud of myself. Yeah, wow. I'm just a little thicker in the butt right now because, once the fibroid scare came, I pushed that to the side because I'm doing all these sit-ups and working out, but I seen my little pudge, so I got discouraged, and it was a fibroid. But he actually noticed it before I did. My trainer, Derek Taylor, he noticed my stomach. He was like, we're working out too hard and you're doing too many sit-ups, and I'm working on that stomach too much for that pudge to steady grow every time I see you. Something's not right in that area. So I knew something wasn't right, but when he said it, I'm like, okay, let me take my ass to the doctor and figure out what's going on.
And that's when you found out about the fibroid.
And that's when I found out about the fibroid.
Wow. So where's the, as far as Shay J Fit, where do you want to take it? Well,
right now, I'm back with Shay J Fit. The whole point was to kind of educate people on health and wellness, as I stated before, and to let them know how important it is to watch what you put into your system. Stay away from processed foods, GMO foods, that's genetically modified foods. Stay away from certain things that will harm your body. I understand my mother taught me, who taught her. It was a domino effect of eating improperly. But you can break that generational curse. So I'm here for my family to break that curse, and I'm also here to help other women to understand you can heal your body through food if you just understand what you're putting into your system.
Right.
And then everyday chemicals from the deodorants, the hairsprays, a lot of things that you use daily can also contribute towards your health. Know this, your body is different from my body. What you've been doing every day of your life, I haven't. You know what I mean? So what you can accept, I probably can't. Learn your body, and you'll understand how to heal your body.
Wow. That's really good. That's really good knowledge.
Yeah.
All right. So he's ready with our timer.
Oh, God.
I think this is going to be great. You're going to be awesome. All right. So, Steve, take it away. All right. What is the one thing that most people think about you that is actually not true?
That I'm mean and have an attitude.
Okay. If you become president, what is the first thing you would do?
I would probably do something when it comes to. We were just out. Dang it! This clock is bothering me. I'm sorry.
Don't look at it.
But when it comes to, I've seen a few people that were homeless, and I want to try to change that system that we have in the United States.
Okay. If you could change
better
anything,
support systems.
Okay. If you could change anything that happened in your life, what would it be?
Nothing.
Nothing. If you could be an animal for one day, what animal would you be?
Oh, an animal?
Yeah.
A Maltese.
Okay. How would you describe your ideal partner?
Somebody that just loves me. There's no height, no size, no race, no color. Just someone that just loves me unconditionally.
Okay. What current trend don't you like and why?
Ass shots. I don't like ass shots because it's a health scare and you can die. The hell?
Name one TV show that's really watched by everyone that you haven't seen.
Haven't seen? No.
Yeah.
Let's talk about have seen. Game of Thrones is my favorite show that the world has seen. Haven't seen. TV show. I don't know. But Game of Thrones and Sons of Anarchy. Maybe.
Sons of Anarchy is fire.
Yeah.
That's a fire
probably
show.
one.
Is Game of Thrones your favorite show?
Favorite. Thank you. They're on season 8. I just
Yes.
watched episode 2
Yes.
this morning because I couldn't catch it on Sunday. Jon Snow, I love you. Khaleesi, I represent you with my hair. I am a fan. And it's about to go down.
Yes.
They just showed up.
Yeah. It's the battle. They said that this is going to be the most epic battle seen on all of television.
Oh, my
not just
God.
Game of Thrones. All of television. 80-minute episode. Trust me, I'm having a watch party. It's going down.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna feel like a Targaryen after that fight.
It's going down. No, it's about to be crazy.
Ooh, somebody's going to die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's going to be multiple people.
Yes.
It's going to be
yeah.
multiple people that are going to die.
Khaleesi and Johnson.
Yeah.
That's right. It is.
Exactly.
But Khaleesi and Jon Snow, as long as they're around, I'm good.
Yeah, I hope
And get
that,
rid of Cersei.
I think that, I wish Cersei would die. I feel like she won't yet.
No, she ain't gonna die.
She ain't going to die because she's so evil. But I think Tyrion is going to be the one to go.
I do think Tyrion's gonna
think
die. And I'm
Tyrion's gonna be the
trying.
one.
Oh man, why you do that? Why you say that?
I know, right?
He's probably going to die. He's probably in the imp.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen to the imp.
something. All right, so we got like to 9 questions. You
Okay.
did pretty good. It was like half of them, but you were good. You were good.
What's the other questions I want to answer?
You want to answer them?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get to the other questions. Okay. So, chocolate or vanilla?
Neither. I don't eat neither.
Okay. How would you be useful in a zombie apocalypse?
How would I be useful?
Yes.
I would probably be useful with my strength. I would probably help people, save them. But this reminds me of The Walking Dead.
Yes.
I would probably be one of them, the one with the bow and arrow that's probably killing all of
That'd
them.
be
Yeah,
you.
I got your back. I'm a beast. Yeah.
Okay.
I would do that.
If you needed to spend the rest of your life in one place, where would it be?
Dubai. Africa too.
Okay.
Africa first, then Dubai.
What are you addicted to?
Ice.
Okay. What do you want written on your tombstone?
Damn, that's not a good question to ask somebody. What do you want to say when you die? Like, damn.
What do you want to be said about you? What do you want people to remember you?
As a motivator,
Okay.
for the most part, as a motivator and inspirational individual who influenced women to make a change in their lives when it comes to fibroids. Bam!
Boom. Good. What is your favorite game to play?
My favorite game to play, I like Angry Birds.
That's great. If you know Shay, Love and
And I
Hip
like
Hop, you know
spades.
that reference.
Yeah.
Spades.
Yeah,
oh.
like I'll bust your ass in spades.
Oh man, don't play with me. I play spades every single
Yeah,
day.
you ain't play me though.
Okay.
Play with me. Play with me.
Okay, don't play with me. If you could go anywhere in this world with one person, who would you go with?
One
person.
Jesus. I just said it, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Literally.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Rich or famous?
Ooh. I would say fame. Can I say both?
I mean, you can. It's supposed to be or.
Rich or famous? I would probably go with rich because I could probably easily get famous. My personality, people like, so I think that's
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so rich. What makes you angry?
Someone that's judgmental.
Judgmental. Okay. Last question. Biggie or Tupac?
Oh, disrespectful. Oh, I love both of them, and I just watched that documentary on how they were both killed.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, Tupac. Oh, Biggie, Tupac.
Tupac? Okay. All right. All right. That's good.
That
That's
was
good.
hard. That
That's
was
good.
hard.
That
That
was
was
a hard
hard.
one. It is a hard one. So, With everything that's happened in your career thus far, what have you appreciated the most? And then after that, I know what do you appreciate it like the least, or if you have any regrets?
The most, I definitely appreciate my growth because this industry allowed me to understand to push my feelings to the side and respect the business more. Because I used to take it personally and think I was entitled, and I'm not. No one in this industry owes me anything at all. So I had to learn to stay on my path and stay focused.
Okay.
Least.
Like, do you have any regrets?
I don't, because I wouldn't be who I am today, so it's hard to say I wish I didn't. You know, I can remember my sad moments, you know, when I was embarrassed and hurt and I got my heart broken and things like that, but it still made me stronger, you know, so I don't regret it. It hurts thinking about certain things in life. You know, I just had a recent situation that I got out of, and that still bothers me, and it hurts a relationship that I was seeing someone that I cared about, and it bothers me today, but it still helped me grow.
So you don't regret being in
not
that
regret
situation?
any
because
situation.
It's helped.
Yeah, everybody I meet, it's a purpose for us to meet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'm living in my divine purpose. My brother, who's a doctor, he always say, pursue your purpose and not your dreams. Because I used to be like, my dream is to know. I need to know what my purpose in life is to, because you'll accomplish that goal before your dream. You know, the dream is just a thought, but your purpose, living that purpose, and to me, you'll be more accomplished.
I like that. What is next for Shay Johnson?
Next for Shay Johnson, we're actually planning a fibroid tour with my PR, Jen.
Okay.
We're going. She's over there. She's waving. We're actually going out, and we're taking several ladies with us to speak on the importance on fibroids and to teach them and educate them on the options that they have and to recognize the symptoms so you can take care of your issue. So it's pretty educational.
Is this something, you know, going to the fibroids, you know, and going on tour, is this something that you feel like a lot of people are dealing with that may not know?
Absolutely, because I never heard of it. And why is that when I'm an African-American woman? And I'm around African-American women, and none of us have ever heard of that. But it's very common in African-Americans. It's common, period, in women. So, but it's hard to speak about because menstrual period, you know, when you talk about that, it's uncomfortable to talk about sometimes if you're not talking about it with someone that cares about you.
Right.
You know, it's none of your business when I'm on my menstrual. I handle my situation and I keep it moving. But when it's a problem and it affects your relationship, that's when you're like, okay, this is becoming embarrassing now. And I know if I was embarrassed and the symptoms that I had and the situations I went through were horrifying, somebody else is going through that same thing.
Right.
So if I can show you how I made it over, you'll follow my footsteps. You'll be okay.
Okay. I like that.
You like everything I'm saying today.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to gas you. I'm just saying, like, because it's positive.
Yeah, of course.
I like things that are positive. I think it's good, and I think that a lot of times, and especially I've never done reality TV. You obviously have.
Yeah.
I think they don't always show your best side.
Yeah.
And so I think it's good when you can do interviews like this and kind of really give what you're about.
Absolutely.
You know, because I think we're definitely, we have a lot of sides to us. You know, we're multifaceted.
You wear many hats.
Individual. Absolutely.
Many hats.
But I think that it's good to basically have your own story and narrate your own story and really be able to share people what you're about. You know, and I think a lot of times, especially like with you, the fibroids, and doing this tour, this is something that is going to be beneficial not just to you, but for a lot of people.
And it's not expected of me.
Exactly.
It's really not expected. But it's because people really don't know me. You know an edited version of what you see on television, but you don't really know me on a personal level. And it doesn't bother me that they have their opinions because I allow you to have that opinion.
Right.
You know, but I have to do things like this, you know, the interviews and the tours and red carpets and speak on who I am so I can change your perspective of me, because I'm not just someone that's just wow and a firecracker wilding out. That's not who I am. It's just I had moments in my life to where that's what you seen.
Right.
Because when my heart was broken, this is how I react out, the same way she reacts out. But now I'm grown, you know what I mean? And I kind of react a little different sometimes now, but I'm not perfect. I still have my moments where I take it there.
You could always take it there.
Take it there,
If you need to. Don't push me.
Yeah, I know gangster, but don't push me. Come
Don't
on
push
now.
me.
You know what I'm saying?
Before we close out, I want to go back to basically, I want you to be able to shout out all of the website again, and also Shay J Fit and all of that, so people know where to find you and be able to take part of all these wonderful things you talked about.
Let's do it. You can find me on social media, Instagram. I am Shay Johnson. You can also follow Shay J Fit on Instagram and the Healthy Hand _ on Instagram. As far as the websites, if you want to purchase the pills and the tea to relieve your fibroid symptoms, go to shopthehealthyhand.com. And also check out shayjfit.com, where I have belly burners, resistant bands, meal plans, certain things you need just to start your fitness journey. You can do it. Everything is mental. So just prepare your mind. Don't allow nobody to put any negative energy in your head and tell you you can't do anything, because you can do anything you put your mind to. God is good.
Oh, God
That's
is
my
great.
message to you.
God is great.
Yeah.
And I've been your host, Lem Gonsalves, and you can find me everywhere at Lem Gonsalves, LemGonsalves. Do that.
Shout out to my friend in the building. He know how to sing real good. Can you sing a note real quick? Cause we just say something. Say hi.
You see, you know what it comes out. He can sing really good. Just sing. You know what I'm saying? We were so good on this interview. And then,
I come from a musical family. I like to hear people that can sing.
I feel you. All right, y'all. We will see you until next week. It's been Conversations with BHL.
Peace out.
On behalf of our BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Check out our Black Hollywood Live YouTube page for even more great programming and amazing content, and be sure to subscribe and like our channel when you do. I'm your BHL host, Nakia Monet, and you can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom or at Black Hollywood Live. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.